whole body vibration can help your liver, which I don't think a lot of people are aware of, but it does have a profound effect on your liver.
Essentially, all those that are pro-inflammatory, we suppress them. All those that are anti-inflammatory, they got better. We have now very good evidence again and again, and we show that the end result, we measure the stress level in the nucleus of the cell, and that improved. Over here, you can see the amount of fat in the liver. It went down by 300% to 1/3. So the liver really benefits from the vibration.
Feel those vibrations going through you. Here we go. We're doing some balance exercises here. All right, nice. Good job. Welcome to Good Vibes with Becky Chambers. Everything you need to know about whole body vibration from the world's leading expert.
For informational purposes only, not medical advice, consult a qualified healthcare professional before making health decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided.
I am thrilled today to have Dr. Jack Yu back with us. He is a renowned surgeon, professor, and scientific researcher. For 3 decades, he has been a powerhouse in pediatric plastic surgery and visionary leadership, training the next generation of surgeons and in groundbreaking research. One of the hallmarks of his research, which I find so exciting, is in whole body vibration, showing that it can lower inflammation dramatically with implications for health in many areas. I am thrilled to have you back again, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Becky. Thank you for having me.
We were going to talk first about how whole body vibration can help your liver, which I don't think a lot of people are aware of this, but it does have a profound effect on your liver. I want to just let people know that this is very top level research that Dr. Yu is sharing with us. Perfect for those of you who really love science and a deep dive into scientific discoveries. For those of you who this is just too much, you know what? You don't even have to watch the screen. You can just listen to what he's saying and you will get the main ideas without having to understand the complexities. His research is with mice with many control group, and he's using mice that are genetically modified to have diabetes, where you can see inflammation and liver problems and glucose problems and things that are very important for our health. This is a guide to what you're going to be looking at. The group that is labeled DB/DB is mice that are genetically modified to have diabetes. The group labeled WT is wild type mice or normal mice that don't have diabetes. WBV stands for whole body vibration, mice that were given whole body vibration. SED means mice that were sedentary and were not getting any exercise at all. TE is the mice that got treadmill exercise. So, okay, enjoy.
I will start out by showing you what the liver does. The liver receives the blood from the small bowel. So when you're hungry, the nutrient level is low. So you look for food. You find the food, you eat the food, and the food goes through the stomach and gets into the small bowel, where the process happens, and then you suck up all the stuff that you ate. It has to go through the liver first, through this system called the portal vein right here. So all that is collected. It has to be processed, filtered, detoxified through the liver. So the liver is sort of the guardian. And what we have found is that when this process happens, some of the material you eat may not be exactly the greatest. And when we vibrated the animals, which we have been doing for a long time, as you mentioned, One of the things that we have documented in our animal model, we use this type 2 diabetic model. You can see these mice get really big because they eat too much. Just like us, their satiety mechanism is turned off. So they keep eating. So you can see how big they become, very obese. They are DBDB type 2 diabetic model mice. So this is perhaps the one that really surprised us when we vibrate these diabetic mice. Over here, you can see the amount of fat in the liver. It went down by 300% to 1/3. So the liver really benefits from the vibration. This was discovered a good while ago.
Now, fat in your liver is a big indicator of the health of the liver. And that fatty liver is a big indicator of liver that is heading towards liver damage and poor health.
In addition, improvement in the glucose handling. We increase the insulin sensitivity, we increase the glucose clearance. That has been worked out for more than 2 decades now. And in diabetic mice, they don't drink as much water, which is typical in diabetic patients. They don't pee urine that's very dilute, so their kidney function improves. They don't lose a lot of weight, but the glucose metabolism improves a great deal. And so we start to wonder why that happens, since we know, as I show you in the first slide, that the blood has to go through the liver and it came from the gut. So we start to think, hey, maybe the gut changed somehow, and the bacteria that process the food may have changed the composition of the blood that's in this pipe going to the liver. We call that the portal vein. So we look at the inflammatory cells, the very important group of cells called macrophage. They come in 2 flavors, M1 and M2. M1 shown in the red one is the pro-inflammatory. They're very eager to fight. So they rev up inflammation. Once you rev it up, you have to somehow cool it back down. So we have M2, type 2 macrophage, which does the opposite. It basically, the good neighbor, tells things to settle down. So when we did the vibration, the M1 went down and the M2 went up. So that's very nice to know, is anti-inflammatory. And we also have earlier looked at other kind of markers. In addition to M2, there's T suppressor cells that went up, and other markers that help to suppress inflammation. In particular, this thing called, you may not be able to see, it's type 10 interleukin. So IL-10 level went up with the vibration, which is anti-inflammatory. Essentially, all those that are pro-inflammatory, we suppress them. All those that are anti-inflammatory, they got better. We have now very good evidence again and again, and we show that the end result, we measure the stress level in the nucleus of the cell, and that improved. So very, very good evidence. Essentially, this summarizes what we found right here. You have improvement in the inflammatory status by decreasing the pro-inflammatory factors and improve the anti-inflammatory factors. Then we start to think maybe that process or that benefit is because we're changing the residence inside our bowel. In the 20 feet of the small bowel, we have a lot of bacteria. Actually, we have more bacteria, genes and cells than we have our own cells. So when we look at the composition of the bacteria, it changed. The blue circle and the pink circle means that after the vibration, the population moved. And these bar graphs over this side, using the genomic method, we can now get a telephone book of exactly who were there. Their genetic fingerprints are there. So we found a 17-fold upregulation of this bacteria called Allostipes, which is very, very nice. It produces good chemicals we call the short-chain fatty acids. acetoacetate or butyrate, they are very, very helpful. They are actually the therapy that people give for treatment of inflammatory bowel disease. So this is very nice to know that we will change the microbiome. And if we can change the microbiome, it sort of opened up a whole Pandora's box, so to speak, because we know that the microbiome can produce things. As a matter of fact, in preparing for this, I came across a whole bunch of papers saying that the whole body vibration may change the pain of arthritis, because arthritis is an inflammatory condition. So you have a dual process. One is that you change the microbiome, you decrease inflammation, and the people experience a whole lot less arthritic pain after that. So I didn't anticipate that, but the paper just kept popping up.
So you have been able to show that whole body vibration was able to reduce the fat in the livers of these mice, in the livers of diabetic mice, by 300%, which is stunning, just a stunning result. And since fatty liver disease is a big indicator of inflammation and liver damage and metabolic dysfunction. So this is very exciting results with huge implications for many aspects of people's health. I mean, inflammation is part of almost every chronic health issue. So this is just really exciting results that you've been getting. And then you've also been able to show that inflammation levels dropped dramatically due to a combination of a number of factors, showing that molecules and bacteria that cause inflammation went down, and factors that our body produces and bacteria in our gut that are good for lowering inflammation went up. It's all just phenomenal for overall state of health. So I am just really excited to hear about your further research about how all of these changes are affecting the brain. And you were also going to talk to us in the future about cancer and how vibration might be protecting us from cancer and help us fight cancer. Folks, we are going to do a whole body vibration workout next, and we are going to be combining the vibration with working out. Dr. Yu's research is actually all done with mice that are passively getting whole body vibration. They are not working out on the vibration machines. They are just sitting in their cages. So you will be able to amplify potentially his results in your body, because we're going to combine a workout with whole body vibration. You know, whole body vibration was initially designed to be something that you work out with. It was designed for Olympic athletes in Russia 50 years ago. So that is a great way to use it. It is also true that you can just stand on your vibration machine and still get a lot of benefits, but the best way to use it is to use the vibration to help you start feeling better so that you can do additional exercise, whether it's on the machine or separately. You really want to get exercise as well as vibration, but vibration is fantastic. As Dr. Yu mentioned, it does also, and this is because it's lowering inflammation, it lowers pain. So if you have joint pain from arthritis or tendonitis or other inflammation issues, the vibration, even if you're just standing on it, can help lower inflammation and lower pain so that you can be more active, which is absolutely critical. And okay, we're going to do our workout. Join us, whether you have a machine or not. And I want to point out too that Dr. Yu was talking about how there were bacterial changes in our guts and in our digestive system. And that's really important because that's where inflammation gets started and where there are vast numbers of bacteria. As Dr. Yu pointed out, more bacteria cells in your body than you have your own cells, which is really hard to believe. I know, I agree with you. It's hard to believe, but apparently true. And the balance of good bacteria and bad bacteria and other organisms that live in your gut, it's really important to keep that a healthy balance. So we can do that through diet, through vibration. Don't forget, that is helping you and your body to keep the proper levels of bacteria in your gut. Okay, let's do our workout. Okay. All right, welcome to our whole body vibration workout today. And we are going to be exercising on our vibration machine to get the full effect and benefit our livers as much as possible. Okay, because they love exercise and they love vibrations. We're doing our warm up now, and we're going to do a particular attention to our liver because today is all about the liver. So right now I'm doing energy detox exercise. This is a Tao exercise, putting my hand right over my liver and pushing the toxins out. Okay, the ancient Chinese Tao exercise that helps focus energy on your liver to help it handle toxins and heal itself. So first exercise is a gentle squat. This is a beginner's squat. And I am pulling up on the straps at the same time. If you don't have straps, you could be holding weights in your arms and lifting weights. Okay? So engaging all your body if possible. Whew. All right. And we are going to be doing interval training, 30 seconds per exercise and 10 seconds rest while we move into the next position. And there's an extra 10 seconds in there in case you're a little slow. Don't worry about it. You'll still be getting a full, moving to the next position. It's quick to move. All right, this is going to be a lunge. So you have one leg on the plate, and I am pulling up on a strap. That it makes it more challenging in many ways for balance, and my arm is working as well, right? You don't have to do that. You could have your hands in front of you, but your front leg should have a lot of weight on it, like so. Whew. So this is also going to be a HIIT workout. That's high intensity interval training, which means we're going to do cardio exercises also. We're going to do 2 resistance training and then 1 cardio. And the first cardio is jumping jacks. Okay, this is the easy version. I'm not actually jumping, just moving my legs. If you can jump, then awesome. All right, here we go. Good job. Okay, so you are helping your liver with this exercise and the vibration. It is helping to lower inflammation in your body, which is very beneficial for every part of your body. Whoops, got out of sync. Woo! All right, here we go. And all right, we're almost done. Good job. Okay, we're going to do arm pulls next, where you stand on your machine. Now, just do what you can, all right? Don't feel bad if you can't do as much as I'm doing. Just modify the exercise to be what you can handle. So right now, pulling the straps up to the side and just standing straight leg on the vibration, which is very good for bone density to get the vibration through your whole body. And if your straps are not stretchy, you can just grab your strap at whatever length is right for you and pull as hard as you can, right? All right, I'm pushing backwards now, engaging more muscles. All right, good. And okay, now we're going to move into doing another lunge. Your front leg is on the plate, but it's the other leg this time. And all your weight is on that leg. Your back leg is more for balance and up on your toes, okay? All right, and pull on the opposite strap if you can. If you can't, it's all right. You could be just balancing. Here we're doing a balance exercise, right? You could, now it's a one-legged squat, which you could do, but this is also a good stretch, sort of, if you're going down low. So you can do any of these variations, and if that's too hard, you could have most of your weight on your back leg and just one resting your foot there. Adjust it so it works for you. We're going to do mountain climbing next. That's raising your legs, your knees up high, and you can do it walking and just raising your legs as high as you can, right? If it's only here, that's fine. Or if you can do it running, it's even better. The whole idea is to challenge yourself. Get your heart rate up, push your muscles as much as you can without hurting yourself. It's fantastic for your body. Engaging your muscles and really pushing them they produce all kinds of hormones when you're working your muscles and help lower inflammation and get your body working properly. Okay, next we are going to do a core exercise. So take your weights, put them above your head, and pull down while lifting up alternating legs, right? Okay, see what I'm doing? Now, if you can manage to get down, up and down, we have a down low version that's more difficult. If not, just stay up and doing what you're doing. But down here, we're doing the V for victory, okay? So you're putting your body in a V shape where only your rear end is on the plate and straightening your legs, putting your arms out straight, or you could cross them, but your legs and your torso create a V shape, right? All right. Push-ups are next. We're getting the full body workout. We're doing 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, depending on how fast you're getting into position. This is push-up adapted to standing if you can't get up and down. So I've got my weights in my hands and I'm pushing up with them, right? And if you can get down and you're ready for something harder, you could either be on your knees doing push-ups on the plate. And by the way, when you're exercising on a vibration plate, if you're finding it very difficult, don't worry. It's supposed to be very difficult and you're not able to do as many push-ups. Working out on a vibration plate is multiple times more intense than just working out. So that's why we're only doing 30-second intervals. All right, next, we have another cardio. Ready? Here we go. Kicking up your feet behind you this time, right? And if you can do it while you're running like this, then good, great. You want to push yourself. So it doesn't matter if you're walking or running, as long as you're challenging yourself. That's when you're going to start really seeing the benefits. If it's just easy for you walking and you're not getting out of breath and you feel stable, you're not going to fall, then I want you to push yourself to pick up the speed, because that's when you're going to start to see the benefits. Okay, nice job. All right, diagonal crunches. So take your weights, and I'm using 2 now, but you don't have to, and put them up to one side and only lift the opposite knee. This is a diagonal crunch or core exercise for over here. And if you can get down here, diagonal crunch is V for victory, and then lean over to one side, okay? And pull the bottom knee up. And then try to touch your elbow from the opposite side to your knee. And this hand, the opposite hand, can touch the ground for balance. But you're really only on one side. All right, good. Triceps dip. Triceps is the back of your muscle in the back of your arm. Triceps dip, you take your weights. It's as if you're standing, put them way up. You can't see them here, I'm sorry. Like that. And then drop your hands behind your head, keeping your elbows in place on either side of your head, like that, okay? You should start to feel this after a while in the back of your arms. If you can get down here, a much harder version is to have your hands on the plate and bending your elbows up and down, carrying your weight as your whole body moves up and down. Okay, good job. Very nice. We are just zooming through these. All right, we got another cardio. Here we go. We're going to kick out to the side this time. Okay, try not to kick anything and knock stuff over in your house or fall over yourself. And if you can do this with a hop so that you're kind of running, that would be the more challenging version, like this, okay? If you wanted to, you can even be holding weights in your hands to make it even more challenging, right? Okay, all of this is helping your liver big time, and that's going to help you feel better. You're going to feel a lot better. All right. Okay, and don't be discouraged if you can't do what I'm doing. A few years ago, I couldn't do it either. All right, diagonal crunch the other direction, right? Okay, off to this side now, and pulling down to the opposite knee, and pulling that knee up. Okay, keep going if you're going to do the standing version. And if you're down here, roll onto the other side this time. Keep this top leg straight, bottom leg bent. Try to touch your elbow to your knee. Sometimes that's impossible. Sometimes maybe you might almost do it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Can't quite do it. All right, don't strain yourself. Great, great job. Whew. All right, next, we are doing pelvic bridge. If you are standing, this is all about the pelvic area, which is very critical for health because it's linking your bottom half to your top half. Very important area. This is a modified standing version of a pelvic bridge. First, my rear end is behind me like I'm going to sit. Then I push it forward as much as possible, and I'm holding my weights out here. And my legs are bent in a little bit of a squat, okay? So pushing forward, pushing forward is when you engage all those muscles. And if you're down here, pelvic bridge, feet on the plate, lift your hips, and as high as you can. You'll feel it really engages the same muscles. All right, great job. All right, and now we got one more cardio, and then we're done with the cardio. So this one, you're gonna lean down, pick something up, and throw it. All right, and if you can do it with a hop, even better. Okay, excellent for your bone density, that bouncing, coming back to earth with the extra gravitational force. If you were very, very secure, you could try this on your vibration machine, but only if your plate's big enough and you are very secure. I think for most people, it's a good idea to do these jumping things on the floor. And another one. Here we go. Okay, great. And now we have two more resistance training. We have a plank, which if you're standing, this is a core exercise where your knees are bent a little bit and you're pushing your weights from one side to the other. It's not really a plank, but you can do it standing. If you're down here, standard plank, you're either on your hands or you could be on your forearms, but you do want to be on your toes if you possibly can. If you really, really can't, you could be on your knees, but try to be on your toes and either on your hands or your knee, your elbows for the plank. But a nice straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Pelvic bridge, one more. So up here, pelvic bridge was this one, pushing your hips forward, letting them go back, and pushing them forward. And if you're down here, pelvic bridge is hips up, feet on the plate, back on the ground, and you can do a one-legged pelvic bridge. Keep the hips up though, right? Hold this for like 15 seconds and then switch to the other leg. Or if you remember this pose, you could do one leg the first time we do this, because we do 2 pelvic bridges, and the other leg the second time. All right. Fantastic, everybody. All right. Now you get a massage of your choice. Today, I'm going to stand and just relax and feel that vibration going through my whole body. Whew, massaging my whole body. There's a lot of different positions you can be in for a massage, but the massage is just, effect is more just relaxed. You're not trying to lift anything or push your body, hold your body in a position that's requires you working out, right? So I'm just going to relax, feel those vibrations going through me, and enjoy them. You deserve to feel good and get a massage. You just have worked hard. All right, so thank you so much for joining us, and we will be here 3 times a week. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon.